Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another edition of Boxing Bananas brought to you by Fight Bananas. We are here today to discuss two legends of the sport coming back in a fight that kind of doesn't make sense, really doesn't make sense, but we'll see what we feel about it. So let's get into Boxing
Are you
Bananas.
ready for the main event?
Two hits. Me hitting you hitting the floor.
It's time for Boxing Bananas, brought to you by Fight Bananas.
All right, here we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you may have seen this lovely lady on the main Fight Bananas channel, but tonight she is making her Boxing Banana debut. The wonderful Dorchinez? How do you say it? Dorchinez? I think I'm pronouncing it like a Spanish name.
You know, a lot of people do that and they automatically are like, Dorchinez, I can tell you're Mexican. And I'm like, it's actually Russian, but that's fine.
Yeah, I figured it wasn't Mexican or anything. But yeah, here we go. Welcome to Boxing Bananas.
What's up?
And let's talk about some boxing. I mean, obviously today's show we are talking about Mayweather versus Mike Tyson getting announced. This was not on my 2025 bingo card. How about you?
No, not at all. Not at
Yeah.
all.
What are your walk me through initial thoughts, kind of marinated thoughts? What are we thinking about this?
If I have to see Mike Tyson's butt cheeks again, I'm calling the police. I am calling the police. I've got them ready on speed dial. No, but in all seriousness, I just don't get it. I love the big names, right? Like we love Mayweather. We love Tyson, especially Tyson being a true legend. Not that Mayweather isn't, but he has some history, right? So cool. Well, like, love the guys, both of them. I just don't understand.
Yeah, it really did. Like I said at the beginning of the show, it really doesn't make any sense, but I think that's you're pointing to it right there. It feels like everything nowadays is a cash grab.
Yes. Like, they couldn't have put together something else more kind of possibly realistic.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? You're gonna do Tyson versus Holyfield 3?
No.
I thought about, honestly, that fight I was a little more interested in back in maybe 2021
Yeah.
after Tyson had did the Roy Jones thing, and then Holyfield was like, "Oh yeah, I'm down to do a trilogy, this and that." But then I'm glad it didn't happen. Actually, I would have rather that happen than what did happen, which was the Holyfield versus juiced up what was it, Vitor Belfort? Do you remember that?
Who was it again?
Vitor Belfort. Vitor Belfort, he had left the UFC. He
Yep.
was definitely on the TRTV tour.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy, I mean, put him out in under a minute. It was a weird event, very strange. They had like Jorge Masvidal, Donald Trump as like a guest commentator. It was definitely a weird event that went down. And they did my boy Holyfield dirty. He looked his age. I will say that. Where Tyson, at least he's able to kind of, do something in the ring.
Yeah. When is this scheduled to fight, or when is this scheduled to happen?
I don't know. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to bring up the article that I had saw earlier. We can kind of go through it together.
Yeah.
Let me see. Bear with me for just a moment. All right. Here's what I got. Let me put us on the there we go. We got the even bigger things right here. All right. So Boxing Legends is from ESPN.com. Boxing Legends Tyson Mayweather Jr. to compete in exhibition. Doing Tyson a little dirty right here with the Jake Paul picture. All right, let's get into it. Boxing legends Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather Jr. agreed to compete in an exhibition match next spring. So there is no date at the moment. It's just saying next spring. The event will be put on by CSI Sports slash Fight Sports. Let me ask you, have you ever heard of CSI Sports slash Fight Sports?
Never in my life.
No. So this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking immediately this says, okay, so there's somebody else that's trying to get into the streaming business, the platform business, and they have some investors. They're going to put up a ton of money that they probably don't even have, and they're throwing it at Floyd and they're throwing it at Tyson. And just knowing, I mean, knowing Tyson, but really knowing Floyd, they got to be putting up some big money.
Oh yeah. He ain't doing this for nothing.
Yeah, he's not doing it for nothing. He don't do nothing. He don't do nothing for nothing.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, how much do you think, like if you were to just float around a number, how much do you think just between the two of them we're looking at?
See, boxing is something that I'm a new fan to, we'll say, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, is 50 million like too much? Is that too little?
I would say probably between the two of them, maybe. I don't know, because with Floyd, he just wants to go big all the time, but he's been doing not as of it's been a year since he's done any of them, but he had been doing these exhibition fights.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I should do my homework to look up how much he was getting paid in those exhibition fights, because I think that's gonna be the real indicator of, okay, what's Floyd Mayweather's price to do any of these exhibitions. And when we look at it, actually, we're going to take a sideline from the article. We'll get right back to that. But we're going to go to Floyd's Wikipedia here. If we go to exhibition bouts, let me see, actually exhibition boxing record, you can see right here, he's done 8 of them so far since he retired.
Right.
So he fought Tenshin Nasukawa, Logan Paul, this guy Don Moore that everybody forgot about. They did some sort of like Abu Dhabi thing. This guy, whoever that is, he fought Deji. He fought this English guy, John Gotti III. There was that huge brawl or whatever, and then they rematched. So he's done all of these.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's where I'm like, okay, how much did he get paid for this Aaron Chalmers fight? Because I remember they did that in the O2 Arena in London, and it was supposed to be a thing, but I think people kind of caught on to this whole Floyd Mayweather exhibition situation, because I remember them saying like, oh, they barely sold any tickets for it. It was a bit of a flop. So that's let me put this screen more like this, so we can kind of see. Or is it good like this? We can still see everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a question that I got to kind of do some homework on. But I'm wondering how much he got paid for that. I'm wondering how much Tyson got paid for Jake Paul. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about the dollars. I just know that, especially even like the Paul fight, these guys are all about their money, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole purpose of it, right? They want to get eyes on it in the pay-per-view and however that's going to look, because that's what it's for. They're doing it for money and attention, and that's great. But I just physically seeing Tyson versus Mayweather kind of scares me.
What's scary about it? Expand on that.
I think Mayweather is still very on his game physically. How old is Tyson?
58 years old.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine a young, because I mean, how old is Mayweather?
48.
Okay.
He'll be 49 by the time of the fight. Mike Tyson, I lied. He's 59 years old, but by the time they fight, he'll still be 59. He just turned 59 in June. But still, 59, dude, that's not,
that's
he's not
like
a young guy.
Baby gets hurt and has to go to the hospital. That's like a year recovery no matter what it is. I don't care if it's a stubbed toe or a broken hip. Like, I don't know. I think that at some point you have to draw the line, especially when it comes to their physical well-being. I mean, Mayweather, he's a little bit older than I originally thought. I don't know why. I want to imagine that the guy's only like 38, 40, but I guess I'm delusional. But still, even at his age, like,
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely getting up there, and that's something why, like, one of the reasons I wanted to bring these up,
yeah.
because I feel like in these exhibition bouts, you kind of can see his age. The Logan Paul one, he was a little bit fresher. That was at this point 4 years and change ago. It feels like it wasn't that long ago, but I feel like everything post COVID's just kind of not. It's been a fever dream, so doesn't even count.
No.
Um, all of these are kind of, you know, I don't even remember them because they're not like non-events that aren't even real. And then
Yeah.
for these last ones, even in this Don Moore fight, this is a guy where you go, you know, like the Jeremy Stevens thing, you go, who the fuck is that guy? Who's Don Moore? And when you look at him, he's like the same size as Floyd, and they went 8 rounds. Floyd dropped him in the last round to the body, but if you don't knock out the opponent in these exhibition fights, they're non-scored. So they essentially end up being a draw. So that's why out of the 8 that he's done, this one I don't know why it was a no contest. I thought it was a DQ for Floyd, as in like John Gotti got DQ'd, but I guess I don't know. I don't know if this is correct, but let's say it was a win. We're talking about half of them are wins, when in reality, I feel like, I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is, I don't know if you remember before the Logan Paul fight, there was people on Sports Center talking about, oh, if Floyd wants to, he can end this in 30 seconds. No, he can't. He's not that guy. He was that guy when he was younger, and especially at 130 pounds, 135, 140. But after he went through his first retirement in 2007, 2008, he came back, he became Money Mayweather, and since then recorded 2 knockouts on his record. And one of them was against Conor McGregor. That one, I will say that I feel like Conor McGregor more knocked himself out with exhaustion. And then the other one was Victor Ortiz, where it was that controversial, like, oh, hey, sorry, bro. Hey, sorry. Boom, boom. Are you familiar with any of this? What's your background?
I watched the Mayweather McGregor fight.
Of course.
So before you pulled this up, I had it up a little bit ago, but I was not quick enough physically or mentally. In my head, I was like, I know he fought Logan Paul, but who else? Who else has he fought? And I didn't realize that McGregor was 2017.
Yeah, it was a while ago now.
That was a long time ago.
8 years ago, dude.
A long time ago.
Yeah, the Mayweather Pacquiao fight was 10 years ago already at this point. So, and that's another thing too. When we talk about Floyd versus Tyson, I've heard about, little rumblings about a Floyd versus Pacquiao rematch, and kind of going into this point that I was making here, where I was saying, oh, people are saying, he could end Logan Paul at any moment. He was never really that guy, and as he gets older, he's really not that guy that he even, was. So his age is showing. Whereas Pacquiao, I don't know if you saw his last fight, heard about it, saw the highlights. He just fought for the WBC world title and had a draw with Mario Barrios, which just shows Pacquiao is right there still on world championship level, at least in the welterweight division in the WBC. I don't know necessarily that I could say the same about Floyd. It would be until I see him in there.
Right.
But I'm not sure. I think a question I have for you is, do you think that Floyd at this age, this time, is a bigger threat to Mike Tyson right now than Jake Paul was?
No.
Why is that?
Age. age. Because how old was you? Wait, you said Jake Paul or Logan Paul? In either case,
I'm talking about. So Mike just fought Jake Paul. Now he's gonna fight Mayweather. Out
yes.
of Jake and out of Floyd, which one do you think is like more of an actual physical? Because at this point, we're not talking about win or lose, whatever. I mean,
Right.
it's either going to be a draw because it's a non-scored exhibition bout, and everyone's going to be like, okay, what the fuck was that? Or it's going to be, Tyson could get hurt, and we're looking out for Tyson's health at this point, right?
Yes.
So that's kind of where my question's at. Which do you think is going to be? Which are you more worried about? Because and the reason I ask is because when I watched that Jake Paul fight, a lot of people don't like Jake Paul. Say what you want about Jake Paul. I felt like he was looking out for Tyson in that fight. I felt like he really could have hurt Tyson, and he didn't do it. So I give him some props for that.
Great question, because I think I could see Mayweather being a little bit more reckless, but I don't think he has the capability physically that Jake did or does, so to speak, even
Yeah,
though it's been some years. Or wait, was that last year?
that was in November.
November. I don't know what day it is. I feel like Jake is a little bit more, he has more respect for Tyson as far
Yeah.
as what you're saying is like watching out for him and not putting the power on him that he could have. I could see Tyson, or not Tyson, I could see Mayweather being more reckless. Does that make sense?
Do you think, yeah, so do you think that Mayweather would whoop Tyson's ass just to prove a point? Or do you think that he would kind of give him that same respect of
I
if he
don't
had him?
I don't know that he'd give him that respect. I think he would rather say like, I still got it. You know what I mean? And I could be wrong. He could be just like Jake and kind of, just go out there for show. But I think that Mayweather, and of course, I've never met either of these guys, so this is just all in my little delusional world. But I think that both Tyson and Mayweather are going to go into this like, yeah, we know that this is like exhibition style. This is for the money. This is for the fans. But we want to both put on a show because we both want to talk shit and make it fun. But it's it's almost like, you go to a nursing home and you see a couple old men like fight just to fight because there's a woman nearby. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we got to put on a show and make it real bad. But it's kind of like
and we're the nursing home women in the scenario.
We are the nursing home women. We are the cute nurses that they want to put on a show.
Appreciate
it.
No, I feel you. I definitely can pick up what you're putting down.
Who's gonna get the sponge bath?
Yeah. Who's getting the extra time on this sponge bath? Exactly. Let's go back to the, what's it called? The article. Where were we? So we have a quote here from Tyson, which is cool. I've been doing this for 30 years, and there hasn't been a single fighter that can tarnish my. Oh, this is Floyd. Just kidding. Psych. I've been doing this for 30 years. There hasn't been a single fighter that can tarnish my legacy, Mayweather said in a news release. You already know that if I'm going to do something, it's going to be big and it's going to be legendary. I am the best in the business of boxing. This exhibition will give fans what they want. I don't know. Mayweather, 48, retired after knocking out MMA superstar Conor McGregor in 2017. He has since competed in 8 exhibition fights, with most recent against John Gotti III in August 2024. Though his bout with Logan Paul was the biggest of his exhibitions to this point, stepping into the ring with former heavyweight champion Tyson, 59-7, 44 KOs, is certainly to dwarf his previous engagements. Tyson, 59, last competed in a professional boxing match against Jake Paul in November 2024 at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It was the first time the former heavyweight champion had competed in nearly 2 decades. That's not necessarily true. The first time he competed in professional boxing, yes, but he did have that exhibition with Roy Jones Jr. in November of 2020.
Mhm.
They go on to say it was a massive success with 65 million concurrent viewers on Netflix. It definitely broke Netflix for a little bit there.
Yeah.
And then Tyson does have his ESPN quote here. When CSI came to me about stepping into the ring with Floyd Mayweather, I thought, no way this happens. But Floyd said yes, Tyson said. This fight is something neither the world nor I ever thought would or could happen. However, boxing has entered a new era of the unpredictable, and this fight is as unpredictable as it gets. I still can't believe Floyd wants to really do this. It's going to be detrimental to his health, but he wants to do it, so it's signed and it's happening. Do you think that there's a chance that it could be detrimental to Floyd Mayweather's health?
I think it could be detrimental to both in
There's a
different
chance.
ways, I guess. I mean, there's always that chance, right? I mean,
Hmm.
both of them are very experienced. They've been doing this a long time, but they've also, and I don't mean to, people are going to be like, who is this ageist little curly girl? I love
That's
old
exactly
people.
what I'm thinking.
I love old people, but like, there's a difference between a combat sport and going out and playing a horse in basketball. Like,
Playing pickleball,
yes, like I don't know. I just
a little
when
bit
I
different.
when I heard the announcement, I was like, what?
Well, what
What?
do you think about this here? Tyson weighed 228.4 pounds against his fight. In his fight against Paul, Mayweather tipped the scales at 160.8 against Gotti in both of their last fights.
So Tyson is a big man. Is he going to be cutting for this fight? Is he going to be over there like losing 30, 40, 50, 60 pounds and Mayweather just like gorging to gain weight? Like,
I
no.
think they're going to step in exactly around that same right around within probably 5 pounds for Mayweather, that range, and then probably 10 pounds for Tyson in his range.
So I think Mayweather being the younger, lighter guy, he has more of an advantage. Now that might sound really psycho crazy because, you know, obviously the bigger you are, the more power you have behind that, but also we know Mayweather. Like he's fast. Is that going to be a problem for Tyson? I don't know. I just feel like we're in the nursing home waiting for this, and it's like, when does the surgeon come in? You know?
No, I feel you for sure. That's where part of me, I'm kind of like, dude, what is this? It's definitely a cash grab. Um, I would be lying if I didn't say, like, would I rather not see it than see it? No, I'd rather see it. I want to see everything. Put this guy against that guy. I want to see all the matchups. Even at this age, I'm
Yeah.
cool with it. That's fine as long as nobody gets hurt, like hurt. As long as Tyson doesn't, break his back, spinal, or anything like that, then we're fine. But I get what you're saying a second ago because it does sound kind of crazy because typically when you're talking about a 60-pound weight advantage, that you know goes
Cut him.
over everything.
Cut him. It's
Yeah,
off. Fight's off. They're overweight. You can't make weight. You can't fight.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Usually we're canceling fights like today fights getting canceled over 3 pounds, and that's a big deal a lot of the times. But with this, we're talking about, oh, that might not be the best advantage here, a 60-pound weight advantage. But I know exactly what you're saying because with Floyd being, the lighter guy, the quicker guy, the faster guy, the 60 pounds doesn't really matter. That's going to help Tyson be able to, I think, level the playing field with that 11 age difference or 10-year age difference that they're gonna have
Right.
come fight night. So it's definitely a bit of a weird situation. Let's see if there's any other gems in this article before I close that out. Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather are two of the most compelling names and personalities with lasting legacies in all of sports. They are 21st century icons, said Richard and Craig Meal, co-founders of CSI Sport Fight Sports, that they probably co-founded yesterday because I've never heard of it.
Their LinkedIn
Um,
pages are still loading.
Yeah, exactly, right? They don't even have a profile picture on it yet. So that was, I mean, basically it for the article there. And then let me go back to this. Like I said, we have an exhibition record from Floyd. I feel like a lot of these have been cash grabs. So that's when Floyd's talking about, oh, you know what to expect from me. Yeah, cash grabs in the form of all of this. So that's where I was hoping when this got announced before I heard the CSI thing,
Mhm.
whatever that was, I was hoping it would be on Netflix or something, Paramount Plus, give me, Amazon Prime for free, give us it for free. But I don't think um, the numbers as far as monetarily is going to be there without some sort of a pay-per-view wall. So that I think is more of the issue that I'm gonna have with this thing. I'm down to see it
Yeah.
100%, and then I might be actually kind of excited for it if it's free. If it's, you know, oh, hey, you gotta pay $50 for it.
I'll
If
catch
it,
the
if we gotta pay $50 for it, then Leah's buying it and we're all going over to her house.
I'll catch the replay.
And then when you ask everyone like, oh, hey, do you guys have any donations? I'll be like, oh man, I left my wallet at home. My bad. I'll get you on the next one and then never come back to West Virginia.
I mean, but what's the next one? What's after this?
I don't know.
A commercial break?
Freaking yeah, we'll see. But I don't know, what else is there to say about this other than it just seems like an obvious cash grab. Um, at first, I thought oh, Floyd's really got this, like kind of what you were saying. Part of me is like, well, you know what? He has kind of slowed down, but I don't know, man. Based off of Mike Tyson's last performance, I didn't really see much there.
I mean, it's September right now, so let's say it's somewhere between 6 to 8 months from now. They're only going to get older.
I don't know. They're not getting younger over here. And think about this too. Okay, Jake Paul, when he was scheduled to fight Mike Tyson, was scheduled in July. He was scheduled for the July 20th date.
Yep.
That fight fell through
Yep.
because Tyson had some sort of like serious health injury.
Yeah.
And then it got pushed to November. And then he ended up fighting Mike Perry in Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
So what are the odds that this fight even happens?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Our boy SG's in the comments right here. Man, what's going on with boxing right now? That's actually a good thing to bring up because I saw a lot of people whenever I see anything about this, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, all the comments are like, dude, what is boxing just turned into a circus?
Yeah.
And SG with this is La La Land. Yeah, so let me ask you, Leah, as somebody who's not even really like a fan of boxing, just kind of even, dipping your toe into the boxing waters here, testing out the temperature. From somebody from the outside, what does it look like? Dana White was the guy that was saying, "Oh, I feel like boxing always is a going out of business sale," and it's hard to kind of argue against it,
That's
even though now he's promoting it.
That's a good way to put it. It's like just one last hoorah,
They're always trying to just sell the next thing.
And it's always very big names or, pretty big names, and it makes no sense. It makes money. It'll make money, but that's it. Like, this matchup to me is like putting peanut butter on a slice of pizza. Like, what?
Yeah. I mean,
It might be good, but I'm not really interested. Like,
that's actually kind of a good way to put it because Yeah, that's who would even think to put peanut butter on a slice of pizza,
Never.
or even think of that as a metaphor.
Yeah. Oh, I have
I
half a
see
brain
you. I
cell.
see you there. Yeah. So, for example, another one that's kind of on the same realm, because now we're just going into like, okay, what's going on in boxing? Fights that don't make sense. We got, here we go. SG said CC's Pizza would probably do something like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
They would. You're damn right they would. This fight, okay, let me get on my soapbox real quick.
All right, let's see what you got for us.
I am not a Paul fan. I am not a fan of Jake or Logan Paul. I am just not. Strike me down already, okay? Again, somebody new to boxing, dipping my toe in, whatever. I don't really know a whole lot about Tank, whatever. But what I do know, because I'm a girl of the media, right? I'm a girl of the articles and the social media.
Okay.
Things that I have read
All right, I know where this is going.
about him putting his little hands on women. Like, how are you a professional? That goes for any professional fighter. You are a professional athlete with your hands, and you're putting your hands on a female?
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I guess the charges got dropped recently, but
I'd
look,
probably drop him too if he was throwing money in my face the way he probably
yeah,
is.
yeah, that's not a. I will say, because I say allegedly and I say that the charges got dropped recently. That does not mean that I condone that behavior
Right.
or that I'm even a Tank Davis fan. I do like when he fights because I think he's got a lot of skills. I think a lot of his fights he wins contractually before
Yeah.
the fights even start. He fights guys that are kind of, either he brings them up to 135 so that he doesn't have to cut, or he will fight 135ers, but he'll put a rehydration clause on them, and it's all sorts of stuff like that. Especially with the Ryan Garcia thing, he did a catch weight and then a rehydration clause. He basically fought the skeleton of Ryan Garcia. Does Paul have a tribal tattoo? I think so, bro. That's his native Puerto Rican tribe, dude. You know he's Puerto Rican now. He lives in Dorado. Did you know this?
No, I did not.
Yeah, him and his brother, they live in Puerto
I don't
Rico.
follow. I've never followed. I never even followed during the Vine days. Like,
Not even Vine.
that's just me. And it's not obviously nothing personal because I have no idea who he is. I could probably run into him down the street and we'd be best friends. I don't know. But I just, there's some people like any sort of celebrity type person. I just, I go off of what my gut says and I'm just really not a fan. So all that to say,
You don't like Tank?
I'm not a fan of Tank either. I'm not a fan of either of them. So I really, truly could care less about this fight. Like, I would much rather plan a whole party around Mayweather and Tyson than the lack of interest that I have for this one.
So we're not doing the fight party at your house for this one on November 14th?
Absolutely not.
No, okay.
I'd rather go exfoliate my dog's butts than watch this fight.
You'd rather release the anal glands?
So
with no gloves?
With no gloves. Screw it.
Oh my god.
Raw dogging.
Oh my god. Raw dogging the dogs.
Raw dogging the dogs.
Pause.
What is the weight difference, the size difference with these boys?
Jake, I think in his last fight weighed over 200. I'm assuming that for this one he'll have to at least be under 200. And then Tank fights at 135 and like doesn't cut weight because he does the whole, I think the highest he's fought at is 140. And he didn't even like that. Since then he hasn't gone back to it. And the one person he fought at 140, he made them do a rehydration clause as well. So that's the intrigue I have for this one, is that I think Jake actually has gotten better as a boxer. He has a decent amount of skill. He did just beat Chavez Jr., who's technically a former world champion. Yeah, I mean, and then with him being that much bigger, I think Tank might be big, biting off more than he can chew here, in the sense that, Floyd was able to fight Logan, and still there was times where Logan was kind of beating up Floyd in some spots. But Floyd is better than Tank. Floyd is bigger than Tank, and Logan, I think he weighed like 190. Even though Logan, I think technically is bigger than Jake. Regardless, I don't know, man. I feel like Jake, if he sets him up, he could walk him into that uppercut. He could do something, but who knows?
I said it, and I should add, and I've said it before on other streams with Dave. I respect the Paul brothers. Okay, they have built a very huge. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know.
Following, clout. They've built
all of the above.
whatever it is, brand.
Thank you. The brand that they have built as brothers, yeah, they do have big ego, but what they've done, I mean,
exhibition fight, so there's no winners, and I think TKO are banned. I don't think that the KO TKO are banned. In the exhibition fights, you're allowed to KO or TKO, but if it goes to decision, then it's like a draw, which I think that's what Tank's going to be looking for. He's just going to kind of run away. But sorry to interrupt, Leah. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I respect the Paul brothers. They've built this brand. They've got the MVP and Prime and all these brands and things, and they've really like created just a huge brand for everything and anything that they do. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
They both are also very athletic and have transformed their bodies. Whether there's any sort of injectables involved in that or not, I have no idea, and I would never accuse or not accuse, whatever. I don't care.
Some secret juice?
The secret juice. But in this case, I don't care to watch it, but I do hope that Jake Paul wins. And I've never said that. I've never had any good wishes upon
chat, clip it.
Either of the boys. I do hope that Jake Paul beats Tank Davis, and
Chris Cushman. What a joke of a fight! See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I wanna kind of get. Put it on a T-shirt. That's funny. But yeah, this is the kind of comments that I want to see. Like, what are people thinking about this? Because with the announcement of Mayweather versus Tyson, everyone's like, dude, what is boxing turning into? And it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, we got Jake versus Tank, Tyson versus Mayweather, some of the Tony Ferguson versus Salt Poppy. What are we doing here? And you know what's crazy about that, right? Is when I was doing that live stream for the Misfits boxing, there was fights on there. Most of the fights were like Misfits exhibition fights. And there was a couple on there that were like legit pro bouts. The professional boxing fights I was the least excited for, which is nuts. Was
Rockhold Till exhibition, or that was?
I think it's technically like a Misfits exhibition, which to me, which they still score, but it counts. Like they scored it and they put it. This is crazy that what these Misfits people have done. Hold on, timeout. We're going down a little side street real quick. Darren Till. So there's a website. So if you check this out, here is, let me put it like this. Like this. So we have, if you look like, you know how they have Tapology or SureDog for your records, they have BoxRec for boxing.
Cool.
Now, boxing typically only had, box, pro boxing, or all bouts, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess Luke Rockhold, they did count it as a pro boxing fight. Because it's on his box, it says Box Pro on his pro box. So that means it was legit. But then here, now they have a section called MF Pro for Misfits Pro. which is insane to me. Misfits Pro has made their way into official box rec. Like for example, KSI. If you look up this guy,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, I think I have to look up like his real name. Okay, never mind. But like if you look at this guy, so Anthony Taylor, he's got a boxing record and he's got a Misfits Pro record. Like, what are we doing here? I don't understand why they don't just make all those pro fights, but I don't know. He said, "No disrespect to you guys." No. That's what I'm saying. I want to know from the people, like, what are your guys' thoughts on not only these fights that are getting made, but the current state of boxing to the point where, like, dude, they just signed Andrew Tate. Are you tuning in for that one? Are you hosting the fight party at your house for Top G? You look excited.
No, absolutely not. I don't even want to come up with some sort of fun
A
comparison.
new pizza slice? You don't want to come up with a new pizza slice for that one?
Absolutely not. Who was talking about? Oh, wait. Who was talking about Tate recently?
I don't know. Was it you?
No. Oh my gosh, who was it? I'm having a brain fart. Oh, help me. Oh my gosh, that's going to bother me. What's his first name?
Andrew, yeah. Was it somebody? Oh, it was Till.
Was
SG
it
said it
Till?
was Till. It might have been.
Okay, I think it was Till.
You think Till will fight Andrew Tate? SG, what do you think? What do you think? You think because I know Tate got signed to Misfits, and I guess he's gonna fight somebody. I'm thinking they'll have him fight like a Chase Demore or somebody like that to start off with.
I love Till. I've always loved Till.
Yeah.
And seeing him succeed outside of the UFC, mwah, chef's kiss, love it. I would love to see him beat Andrew Tate's ass.
Set it up. Set it up.
If I were the matchmaker.
Where do you think they would do that fight?
Weight or location?
No. Location. I think they would do it at like freaking 200 pounds, 220 pounds, something like that.
Yeah. Is Till that big?
I mean, Till looks like he's on secret juice. SG says, how about Till versus Fury? You know what, SG? I think that could have been a fight, but it looks like Fury shite his jogs and ran and then they tried to say that because they pulled out of the fight and was like, oh, well, you know, we're afraid that he's going to break the rules and throw kicks. And it's like, dude, no, you're not. Like he got that split decision win over Jake after he got dropped. And then he celebrated it like he won a world championship. And the thing is I kind of like Tommy, but bro, this guy, I don't know. I don't think he wants any business with Darren Till, and nor should he, because Darren Till I think would smoke Tommy Fury right now. I don't know if you're familiar with Tommy Fury.
Not entirely, but I've just
Love Island UK season 5. No,
I'm not a Love Island girl.
Oh, okay.
I'm not a huge trash TV girl. I know that's like the unpopular opinion because everyone's like Love Island, Blind Love, 90 Day Fiance, and I'm like, I'd rather watch Animal Kingdom.
Gotcha. You're watching Dana White's Contender Series.
Honestly.
There you go. Nice. Well, that being said, I mean, you know, we've kind of gone all over the place with this Mike Mayweather versus Tyson, but even all over the place, it still falls under the umbrella of this like new world of boxing that we're in. SG's got a comment here. I think Till has potential to take on actual boxers too. I think so. You know, it's how successful he'll be and which boxers those are comes into play, but I like what he's doing right now with Misfits. But I agree with what Till said also is like now it's going to be hard for him to even get fights because who's going to sign up to fight him? I don't know any of these people.
Did you see? I know I have bird brain and ADHD, so we could talk about literally everything from boxing, MMA to baking banana bread. Could you see Till going back into MMA?
I don't think he should.
No?
I don't I wouldn't advise it because it's like, all right, I'm sure you're going to be more injury prone with the wrestling, jiu-jitsu, all of that. Especially wrestling. People get injured in wrestling all the time. And then people, yeah, we could talk about making banana bread. You're going to be more injury prone. You're not going to make as much money,
Right.
which is kind of the number one driving factor for anyone ever.
Yep.
Sometimes weighed in with like quality of life,
Yeah.
but people are willing to sacrifice their quality of life for more money. I think we see that a lot of the times.
Mhm.
So he's not going to make more money. So make probably significantly less money. And if you're going to match him up against maybe like this Chase Demore kid or something like that, or Tate or KSI, I don't think wants any part of him now, probably. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. I
Yeah.
like it. Picasso.
But I'm with SG that he needs some like true boxing competition, not the exhibition type shit.
The switch to boxing is already a massive bump in quality of life and pay. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, why would you even think about going back to the UFC? Why? So you can fight Hamzat? What do you think would be the outcome if Till fought the winner of this weekend's fight with Imavov versus Vahalio? I don't think he wants to do that, and I wouldn't want him to do that.
I wouldn't either. Now that you
So that's the thing.
Out loud, no.
Yeah, when you're on the yellow, like why even go to the yellow brick road if you're not even trying to see Oz?
Yeah.
And that's the championship. It's like why are we doing it? At least with this, you're making money.
Yeah.
So I like that a lot more for Till. But yeah, that being said, I mean, back to Mayweather versus Mike Tyson. It's just kind of these what's going on. I think my excitement level and interest in this fight is going to be solely determined by the price of the pay-per-view.
But hear me out.
Okay, what you got?
What if they stream it for free on Netflix?
Oh, if they stream it for free on Netflix, dude, I'm freaking twerking on the wall.
You're twerking.
I'm excited.
But listen.
Actually, I won't take it that far because it's not that exciting.
But
I do like when shit is free.
Well,
the fight next weekend is free.
I'm bargain shopper of the year. But when Tyson and Paul fought on Netflix, I don't know about you or where you're at, but here in little old West Virginia, Netflix died, and it was absolutely.
I was like the only person that Netflix didn't die for because I was at a bar in New York City. I was at a bar in New York City because if you remember, what was the next day?
Thanksgiving?
No, it wasn't Thanksgiving. It was a Madison Square Garden card for UFC.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
John Jones versus Stipe was the next day.
Yeah.
Why you do that?
Because I was supposed to have seen John Jones and Stipe.
Oh, that's what you were saying the last time.
And
yeah, you're supposed to see it at the year before.
Pulled, and I paid $1,300 for one ticket to end up seeing. Now, don't get me wrong. Now looking back, it's kind of like, okay, dope. I did get to see Alex versus Jiri. Is that right?
Jiri Prochazka, the first time.
Was that right? Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, you tell me you were there.
Girl, I was smoking weed. I don't know what I was doing. Eating everything inside. I mean, it was great. Not $1,300 great when I wanted to see Stipe and John Jones because those are two of my favorite fighters.
And Aspinall versus Pavlovich. Yeah, that was a good one. That I felt like that really saved it. But
I'm not an
yeah,
ass.
I mean going back, I was at a bar with the Mike Tyson fight, and our stream was fine. So I don't know if they had to pay some sort of thing for it to stream it at the bar, but everyone I saw everyone complaining, "Oh, the stream's out, the stream's out." I was like, "Oh, this looks fine here." But
Terrible.
yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens, and that's what actually I'm worried about for next week for Canelo versus Crawford. What's going to happen with that?
Is it on?
So
It's on Netflix, right?
that's on Netflix as well.
Who you got?
I don't know. I mean, if I'm going to bet, I'm going to bet Canelo, but I think that
Crawford.
the opportunity is there for Crawford. I think Canelo stylistically, as he's moved up and gotten, I don't know, older or lazier, one of the two. His style used to be at 154, and especially at 154, he was throwing all sorts of combinations. At 160, he was throwing, good shots. He was moving a lot more. His defense at 168 and plus, he seems to just kind of high guard, walk forward, throw one or two big shots, and then that's it. So like B-Ball was able to go, okay, I'll catch these shots and throw in between them. You just have to basically be ready to throw in between those shots because
Oh,
Canelo will throw those shots and then kind of just stand there in front of you. Now, like I said, I don't know if it's because he's getting older or if he's getting lazier because his level of competition in the past, 2-3 years has been like Edgar Berlanga. Jaime Munguia really had no business being in there with him. Yeah. So it's nobody that I think he was, waking up in the morning really, really like, oh man, this guy's gonna beat me. SG says Crawford by unanimous decision. So it could be, dude.
I
It
could
could
see
be. I think Crawford has the chance to do it. And he looks pretty beefed up earlier today. I got this picture.
it.
Dave even sent me this.
Yeah. I saw that
Crawford
same pic.
Crawford's looking jacked.
Yeah, he looks ready.
Oh. Yeah, so he looks good. He looks ready. We'll see what's up. I'm looking to do a Boxing Bananas Super Show next week, maybe next Friday. I was thinking Thursday, but it's 9/11, so I don't know if that's in good taste. So I think we're looking for Friday, 9/12, and probably doing a Boxing Bananas Super Show. So everyone, make sure you tune in. We're going to be talking about Canelo versus Crawford, and anybody and everybody who wants to come in and drop their opinions, boom, hop in the show. So Leah, if you want to be a part of that as well, holla at me.
I would, but I'll be at a bachelorette.
Ooh, okay. I see you. Where y'all going?
I don't know.
Who is this girl?
Someone, my best friend, somewhere in Tennessee. I don't know, Lake.
Okay. I hope you guys have a good time.
I'm passenger princess, so I'm just chilling.
There you go. I feel you. That's what I do whenever I kind of do anything. People will be like, "Oh, when are you leaving for so and so? What time? Blah blah blah." It's like I know what day sometimes, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." Until like the day before, I'll figure out when my flight is. It's easier that way.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
easier. I only have so much I can carry in this noggin at one time. You know what I mean?
This is all hair. There ain't really much of a brain or nothing underneath all this. It's just all hair.
Look, and I don't even have as much, so that means you're beating me. You know what I'm saying? So, but that being said, I guess that's it. Any final thoughts on, any other topics for now?
No, we'll see what happens next weekend with Canelo versus Crawford, and then I guess everyone can stay tuned for Mayweather versus Tyson if and
Whenever
when
that's gonna be. Yeah.
and when.
Well,
and
then
how.
if you're not gonna be here next week, the floor is yours. What's your official prediction for next weekend?
I'm kind of on that same. I think Crawford Crawford looks good. I'm not really seeing a whole lot about Canelo right now. I'm a Canelo fan, as little boxing as I do watch. I do like Canelo. I just love his style. He's got butter. But I don't know. Crawford looks good. Crawford looks sharp and ready. So
he's got more to fight for too.
Yeah, he's got like 45 kids.
And the numbers keep going up too, from what I'm hearing.
He competing with Nick Cannon.
I know, dude. Yeah, Nick and him are gonna have a kid battle, kid off soon.
Truly.
To see who has the most kids.
But I think, and I could be completely wrong, just my own personal little baby opinion. I think Canelo's kind of on the slope of going out, whereas Crawford's still vibing, you know? I think he's got more fights under his belt, where Canelo is, he's done his thing. He can say his piece and retire and then move forward to exhibition fights if he so chooses. But I don't know. That's just me.
No, I feel you for sure. I mean, if I'm Crawford, honestly, I get what you're saying with that. And to his point, I'd agree. But if I'm Crawford, if I win this fight, peace out, I'm done.
Yeah.
Undisputed in 3 weight divisions. You just went up to 168, beat Canelo, roll the credits. You're not doing anything better.
Yeah.
There's nothing better to do. I'm not even doing a rematch. I'm like, nope, psych, I'm out. Peace, dude.
I'm the best. You can't mess.
Public appearances are, $200,000 a pop. You want me to show up?
I want that.
Yeah. Right now I'm only at 150, so it's gotta be. I gotta get my numbers up, but that's what I would do. But no, I feel you. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this fight does give me more intrigue than it did at first when it was like kind of being floated around or announced. I thought like, oh, this is silly, this is stupid. Now I'm kind of like, dude, Crawford could do it. So, and that's being a guy who I have pictures for the past like 13 years of every Canelo fight. I go by the TV and I'm like this, taking a picture next to it. And yeah, literally, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to think, but yep, that's it. We'll see what happens live on Netflix next week. And then we'll see what happens in the future. We got one more comment. SG, that will make him the first 3-division undisputed champ, right? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what's crazy is that he'll have jumped 2 weight classes to do it. Really, I thought he was going to do it at 154, and he just said, nah, fuck it, I'm going for Canelo. So, pretty crazy to do that. And then if he wants to go the Leo route and have more fights, he could still try to get it undisputed at 154, try to get undisputed at 160. That's there for him. So we'll see what happens. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another edition of Boxing Bananas. Sorry we couldn't be on Facebook today. Facebook was tripping for some reason, so we were only on YouTube. But that being said, it is what it is. Next time will be the best time. You feel me?
Period.
All right. Until.
Are you ready for the main event?
2 hits. They hitting you, you hitting the floor.
It's time for Boxing Bananas, brought to you by Fight Bananas.